Welcome to this $7 million luxury home tour. This stunning property has 4 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, and I cannot wait to show you what inside is all about. This $7 million property is listed by Tyler Cohen from the Cohen team. And it truly lives up to its price tag because this $7 million Parisian style design comes with a lot of attributes that are absolutely perfect, like its intricate moldings and archways. And speaking of archways, check out this front entrance. I mean, custom door, fully designed to inspire you throughout the house, because then you come into the hallway and you have this double-tiered effect, which really makes the space pop and stand out from some of the other homes that we have styled previously. We had a lot to do in this property, and this is why I wanted to give you a home tour, because I fell in love with this house from the moment I stepped into it, even before making all of the changes, like the light fixtures, painting, removing the furniture, and obviously styling it. From the front entry, stepping into our formal living room, this is one of my favorite rooms of the home because there's so many details that really catch your eye without you even having to do much with your furnishing, because it's covered top to bottom with this beautiful molding going all the way around the whole room, including the ceiling. And this is what inspired me to go a little bit more modern with our furnishing and our lighting, because I felt like this modern trend that's happening with all of the moldings, this was the perfect setting to do something like that and showcase this house as not only to those who are looking to go into the more traditional look, but also the ones that are a little bit more trendier and want to do a mixing of modern and traditional. This mirror here is what really took my breath away, and I didn't want to have it removed because I felt like it was perfectly made for this wall. It goes with the paneling, it goes with the total design of the house, and I could not have it removed no matter what. So we worked around it. We replaced the light fixture that was here previously, and we put something a little bit more modern, airy and clean looking, just to give it a little bit of interest, but not taking away from the rest of the space and the design. This property is a little bit different from some of the other homes that we've styled in that it's semi-open concept, but not really. Because of the size of the house, they had enough space to create archways to give a little bit of separation between the living room and the dining room space, whereas some of the other homes that we've styled, you've seen the open concept is just a completely open room. I personally like this because I feel like it gives a little bit of privacy, adds a little bit of interest, and really adds elegance to the room. Now, what we did in this space was we did not have light fixtures here, so we added these 2 beautiful fixtures that have become one of my favorite pieces. And the reason that we did this was because we had 2 outlets here. So we needed to put 2 light fixtures that don't overwhelm the room, that are airy, but at the same time, add a lot of elegance to the space. Don't forget, Parisians and elegance go hand in hand. One of my other favorite rooms in this property is the custom office. Guys, there's so many details here that are worth mentioning, starting with, first of all, the choice of finishes and colors. Everything goes so nicely together. The homeowner did a fantastic job putting this room together and to really give you that Parisian vibe. So you have a really nice custom wall unit here. And I'm sure you guys can see the color is absolutely stunning. We don't see this color used often, but it's done in such a perfect shade that it's not overwhelming. It's actually so elegant and beautiful. And I love the fact that it's paired with gold. You guys know I love my golds and it's so trending right now. But this office here, everything just flows so nicely together, from the window treatments to the gorgeous wall unit. And check out this wallpaper. I mean, is this something that you guys would choose or even ever think about choosing? But when you look at the space as a whole, it's total vibes and it's trending and it's absolutely beautiful. So what we did with our furniture was go a little bit more modern, obviously, mix up the different styles together and really make it pop. Put in some greenery to bring in all of the colors together. And guys, this office is worth taking notes because it's quite different and exquisite, I would say. And now we're gonna step away from the front of the house and go towards the back of the house where we have our cozy family room and kitchen area. But before we go there, I'm gonna stop you because this is definitely something I want you guys to take notes of. This light fixture, we had 2 of them installed in the archways. And the reason we did this was I wanted to highlight this space. This space is so cozy and cute and really defines and separates the space between the front of the house and the back. And the light fixture to me is a mix of modern and traditional, which is the perfect form of what you see here. This is the result. I absolutely love it. All of the lights here were picked in with so much detail and love because I truly love this house. So come and see the family room, guys. This room is so grand and a little bit overwhelming when it's empty, but I'm glad that we furnished it to give the potential buyers a little bit more ideas of what they can do with the space. It's a really lovely room, and what's happened here is you have this gorgeous wall unit here done in limestone, which is why it's so beautiful. It's not the traditional MDF wood that people finish off their fireplaces with. Limestone is a natural product that really is organic and makes the space feel that much cozier versus doing a stone or MDF finish. And you have the same moldings continued from the front of the house all the way back here, which creates a lot of unity. Now, one of the other features I love about this space is the fact that there isn't much separation between the family room and the kitchen area. So if you look at the ceilings, you do see fine details of the molding, but you don't have a lot of boxes separating the space. So they've kept the ceiling height, making the space look even larger than it actually is. Now, what do you do when you have a room this size? So we decided to use our modular pieces, our custom sectional, and we separated them into 2 different spaces because I felt like the sectional as a whole was a little bit overwhelming. We needed a little bit of airiness added to this space because it could be a little bit too much. Then we have a gorgeous coffee table in limestone. Keeping up with all the neutrals and all the whites, we just added some black accents to make everything pop and look a little bit more modern. I would consider this a dream kitchen. I mean, in every shape and form, because the finishes, the design, the appliances, everything is just truly luxury and magnificent. Let's start off first of all with the flooring, because I want to point this out. This kind of basket weave tiled floor, it's all marble, but it really makes this space pop. Usually I'm not towards separating the floors with different finishes, but I feel like the black and white theme of this kitchen really goes well with the black and white finishes on the floor. It just kind of flows so nicely together. So what we have is a combination of different finishes. We have a high gloss finish used on the center island, and then we have our cabinets at the back here, which are custom painted, and a lot of brass details going throughout which adds a lot of luxury to the space. And we actually had these lights purchased for this island, and it goes so nicely with the rest of the kitchen because I feel like it's a traditional kitchen, but if you were to put traditional lights here, it would be a bit much. So these modern design lights really make the space neutralized and kind of pop at the same time. Now, I also want to point out this beautiful stove here because this is something that's truly a work of art. This costs tens of thousands of dollars. It's by La Corneau. I mean, check out the details and how beautifully it goes with all of the other finishes here. The black with the brass mixed with the metal steel. I mean, this is truly made for somebody that loves to cook. It's almost as if this kitchen was built around this stove because it just goes so well with all of the other finishes here. And I want to also point out this beautiful hood here. Check out the details. Again, mixing the black with the brass, you have all of these fine bolted details. It adds so much luxury. Always the fine details that add the finishing touches to your space. So you want to make sure you pay extra attention to those. I want to also point out the countertop finish. So they went with a black and white kind of veining design. There's so many different names that every supplier has for their stock, but this is truly a work of art. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't take away from the kitchen by being, too powerful and bold. It kind of just blends in with the rest of the design. Are you guys ready for this? Because I don't think you're expecting to see what I'm about to show you. Check out this bold and beautiful powder room. I mean, this wallpaper really makes this space. Everything else is beautiful. I love the vanity. I love the design of it. I love the light fixtures that we picked. It goes perfect with everything. But this wallpaper is pure perfection because it's probably not something I would have considered. Putting it all together and seeing it assembled the way that it is, I wouldn't change a thing, and we didn't change anything. The only thing that we changed here was we put in the sconces and we did a custom light here and a gold brass finish to go with the rest of the hardware that's in this bathroom. But really, this bathroom, I'm sure any guest that walks in here is gonna be blown away by the boldness of this space. The damask wallpaper is absolute perfection, and I love it. Great choice. Let's go on to the second floor, and I just want to point out how grand this staircase is. It's almost like you have 2 floors, but it actually feels like 3 floors because the ceilings are so high here. Check out this wall. I mean, you know how when they say less is more? This is one of those situations because they've done a very neutral paneling and 2 very simple lights, and just keeping it nice and clean and airy, which leads you to the main private residence area. If you're looking for details and getting inspired by moldings, this is the house to come to. Check out everything that's happening here. This kind of feels like a museum. I feel like I'm at the Louvre and I'm walking around and I'm looking at all of these beautiful finishes here. Nothing short of magnificent. So we had these lights installed here. There was 2 sconces, and I felt like we needed a little bit of punch, a little bit of power in this space. These were the ones we decided to go with, and I love the fact that they're more modern versus traditional in the setting that we're in. Really makes it pop and neutralizes the space. Well, you cannot have a French-inspired house without double French doors, obviously. So let me lead you into the primary bedroom. And I really wanted to show you this space because this is not just a bedroom, it's a sanctuary. It's like an apartment on its own. That's how grand it is. So when I first came and did the consultation here, I was kind of like, this room has to be shown a little bit differently because we didn't want it to look too traditional. We wanted to keep it up with the trends that are happening today. We put in these gorgeous modern light fixtures that are completely different than the whole design of the house, but really stand out and make the space look different, is what I'm going to say. It just kind of modernized, going away from the traditional, more into the modern look. So let me show you something. This room is so big that you have your king bed on the other side with your nightstands. Then we have a complete sitting area on this side. Then you have these gorgeous windows that let in so much light. And they have this dummy fireplace that's completely covered in stone. So you cannot actually turn anything on because there's no fireplace. But it really makes the space pop. And I love the black finish here. So what we did here was we replaced this light fixture as well, put in a balloon-inspired light fixture that's really trending on Instagram, and I'm seeing people loving it. So I figured, why not? Give the buyers something to get excited about. I'm about to surprise you with what's inside here. Come and check out this beautiful spa. Have you ever seen a vanity in this shade of color? Well, now you have, and now you know how beautiful it can be. So if you like colors and you're afraid to use colors, this will totally inspire you to go with your gut and do what you want, because it can turn out as beautiful as this master bathroom. The color was one of those things that really kind of took me by surprise when I walked in here, and I'm sure you guys have the same feeling. But the way that this bathroom has been designed, it's so subtle, but yet so powerful. The two together go hand in hand together into unifying into this masterpiece. So what we did was, there was no sconces here and there was no mirrors. And if you can see, there's little cutouts of moldings happening on this whole wall. So we actually had to plan it out in a way that we can get a decent sized mirror here for each one of the sinks, and it actually worked out perfectly. But what the installers had to do was they had to come outside of the molding to install it. But it worked out really well, and I love the finishing result of what happened here. But let me show you this side. So you basically have the stone carried from the floor all the way up into this wall, and that's what you're seeing when you walk in. So it's kind of like a work of art with all of the veining happening in the stone. And then come on this side and you have this stand-free tub with two sconces, which we actually picked out ourselves as well. I didn't want to do anything too blingy. I wanted to keep it more of that spa-like feeling, a little bit more organic feel. So we went with the stone finish, which played out really well with the flooring. This primary bathroom, I would give it 10 out of 10 for sure, because there's so many details worth taking notes of, from the stone finishes to the custom vanity design, the light fixtures, the neutral paint color. Everything together has come together so nicely. Well, now it's time to kick off the shoes, relax, because I just finished my video, and I wanted to thank you guys for joining us on this luxury home tour. Thank you to Tyler Cohen and his team for giving us access to this property. If you guys have a luxury property that you guys want us to home tour for you, make sure you go down to the link below, fill it out, and we will get in touch with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you next time.